This is Wave Clear, your MOBA newscast. I'm Tsetzuko. Before we get started, a couple things that I wanted to say. One, I just wasted like 10 minutes talking with my microphone muted, but it happens, right? Right? It's happened to you, I'm sure. Aggie is not joining me today because she has to work tonight, and she did not get much sleep today because we had the privilege of having some sort of a truck or something sit outside of our apartment and beep for like 2 hours in the early afternoon, late morning. So she is currently trying to catch up on her sleep, and hopefully she'll be back joining me again on Friday of next week. So until then, you're stuck with me. Also, I wanted to remind everybody that Grievance Gaming is raising money for Operation Supply Drop in conjunction with Rise Up Gaming. For more details, you can visit our community forums at www.grievancegaming.org. Now, let's move on. This cast is a little bit longer than I intended because of the mic incident, but it's not going to be too long. We've got a couple pieces of news, some information on the MOBA division, and a few announcements. Hopefully everybody can hear me now. Someone in chat, please just say you can hear me. So let's talk about the news. So first up, whoever is in charge of Heroes of the Storm, which if you don't know what that is, and you haven't been watching this cast, or you live under a rock or something, that is the upcoming MOBA game from Blizzard, featuring characters from their Diablo, StarCraft, and Warcraft universes. Well, whoever's in charge of that game still has not sent me a beta invite. I know. It's horrible. That's not really news, but it needs to be said. And I know some of you, Grievance gamers, have beta invites and you're playing. And I'm jealous. I'm going to go cry. No, really. This week, the news is all about Smite. So Smite, there's a couple of really huge upcoming things. Right now, going on in Smite, there's a double favor weekend. So every match that you play between now and I believe Monday will earn you double favor, which is awesome, but it gets even better because every first win of the day bonus that you get, in addition to providing you the bonus favor because it's the first win of the day, which is doubled because it's a double favor weekend, you also earn 10 gems per first win per day. So I think over the course of this weekend, you could probably earn around 200 or so gems if you manage to get all of your first wins in, and that's a pretty fair amount of skins to be getting just for doing what you might be doing anyway. That'll definitely get you a voice pack, or it'll get you halfway to one of the cheaper skins you can buy with gems. But just in general, if you play Smite or you've never played Smite, this is a great weekend to start or play or get back into it, because you can use this double favor to work your way towards purchasing a new god or buying an in-game skin, because yes, Smite is one of the few MOBA games that actually let you purchase some skins in-game with in-game currency, which is pretty cool. In other Smite news, there is a huge patch coming up this week. Huge. It's currently scheduled to come out this Wednesday, and it features a new god named Janus, or Janus, whichever one you prefer to say. And he looks pretty interesting. He looks like a mage. He's got, he's all about like portals. He's got one of his main abilities is a portal ability. And what you can do is, like, if this is a wall, and back here's another wall, you can put a portal on this wall, and you can step through the portal, and it'll pop you out on the other side. Now, it's got a limited range, but it's still pretty long, and you can set up some pretty good ambushes, and you can traverse the map really fast with it. Also, his ultimate move is like a Hadouken Kamehameha portal blast, which goes the entire length of the map, and in addition places multiple portals that span about half the map, and you can use those to get across the battlefield quite quickly that way as well. Now, his main portal ability that's not his ultimate, only one person can go through, and also his ultimate, multiple people can go through. He can also place that portal on the ground and cause like some crazy Looney Tunes stuff. Like the people will fall through the portal on the ground and then they'll fall back down from the sky and take damage. You can also use that to fall through yourself and dodge attacks. So he's pretty interesting looking. Got some neat mechanics to him. But the big thing about this patch is warriors are taking a huge nerf. Huge. Warriors are crazy. Warriors in their current state, warriors essentially can be as tanky as guardians and do as much damage as assassins. And it's been out of control in the hands of a good player. I know there's plenty of people who say, warriors aren't that great. But in the hands of a good player, warriors have been incredibly overpowered, and they are getting nerfed. Hi-Res Studios is basically they call it I think they call it a realignment patch, where they're basically taking all warriors and putting them in the place that they think they need to be to fulfill a warrior role instead of just being a tank that does physical damage. So basically, warriors' damage is coming down, their survivability is coming down, so that they're going to fall in between the high damage of assassins and the high survivability of tanks. And depending on your gear, you can build tankier, you can build more damage, but you're never going to reach as tanky as a guardian can be, or as much damage as an assassin can do. So you start in between, you go whichever way you want, but you're never going to reach those extremes. But you are going to be tankier than an assassin and do more damage than a guardian just in general. So it's a good average place to be. With that, I think the other major thing was that Nemesis, if you've played her, she actually is getting reclassed to an assassin instead of a warrior. So her kit and stuff definitely seems more assassin-y, so they just went ahead and switched her over to an assassin. So on top of that, there's other stuff coming out, bug fixes, things like that. There's a couple new skins. Apollo has some new special animation effects and things like that. So big patch currently scheduled to come out this Wednesday. So that's all for the MOBA news for this week. That's all we're going to talk about. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to MOBA Division news. And before I get there, just so you guys know, down in the corner, that is footage from this past week's MOBA Monday. Sorry you have to see my head in there again. That's just I stream with the webcam on because I guess some people like to see your face. I don't know. I don't really get the webcam thing. But there's some crazy Inception stuff going on down there. Anyway, this past week we played League of Legends. We had 3 or 4 people come out, and we had a good time. I hadn't played League in about 2.5 months, so I didn't do so well, but I didn't do terribly. Which brings us to some MOBA Division news. This coming Monday, we're playing Smite, and it's Double Favor Monday still, so we will be playing Smite at 7 p.m. Central, getting that Double Favor, so come out and join us for that. Also, I have posted the schedule for the month of June, MOBA Mondays, for the month of June in the forums. There are actually 5 Mondays in June, so we're going to be playing Smite 3 times, and that's because Smite has just been Smite's blowing up. There's a lot of people who are playing. I think throughout the week, we average 4 to 5 people that are playing every day. And on MOBA Mondays, we've been getting 8, 9, 10 people that come out for Smite. So we've got Smite 3 times next month. We've got League of Legends 1 time. I'm hoping to see more people come out for that. However, League of Legends is currently scheduled for the Monday after the Grievance get-together. So, I'm not sure how that's going to turn out this month, but it's on there for those of you who can't go to the get-together, like myself, and want to do something with Grievance members. And also, we are going to be, I believe on the 9th of June, we're going to be getting into Dawngate for our MOBA Monday. And Dawngate is currently, it's in a community beta, which means that anybody can go sign up, register for it, and play. There's no fees to get in to the beta. You don't need an invite. You can just go register to the site, download, and play it. So June 9th, we're going to be playing Dawngate. Pretty much everybody is going to be starting from scratch on that one. So that's a pretty good MOBA to jump in on. There's not going to be too many people who have like months and years of experience over anybody else. So definitely, if you can make it to that one, if you're interested in Dawngate, please try to make it to that MOBA Monday. I use these MOBA Mondays as a way to kind of judge, what the community is interested in, which games they like, and things like that. So outside of that, with the MOBA division, we're just continuing with our Wave Clear casts. I'm actually looking for some co-hosts. So if you have a webcam, if you're into MOBAs, and if you have Skype, because I believe that's what I need to use to get you on here, please contact me. We would love to have someone else on here talking about MOBAs with us on Fridays. So once again, just to recap the news real quick, we've got Smite this Monday at 7 p.m. Central for MOBA Mondays. We'll be streaming. It's double favor weekend, so definitely come out and join us for that. Usually if we have enough people, we split between, more experienced players and newer players, so we don't have an imbalance and people aren't screaming at each other and stuff. So definitely come out to that one. I would actually love to play some games with some new players, so come out and make that exciting for me. We've got the schedule up for the MOBA Mondays for June, which includes Smite, League of Legends, and Dawngate. And we are looking for some co-casters for Wave Clear. So with that said, this is going to wrap up this cast. I just got a couple of announcements left. One, I don't have any cool graphics for it or anything like that, but my wife, Aggie, started casting Alice Madness Returns last night. For those of you that were able to catch it, it was a pretty good cast. I'm not saying that because she's my wife, although maybe I should. But it was a pretty good cast. It's a very interesting game. She doesn't have a set schedule for it because she has a crazy work schedule, but she'll be casting that hopefully about once a week. So she'll post the dates for that up on the forum somewhere, so you'll be able to tune in. Also, I do have fancy graphics for these, so I have a cast that I just started this week called The Lunch Hour, which airs on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Central. I'm currently playing Transistor, which is an awesome indie strategy action RPG by Supergiant Games, who did Bastion. That cast has been pretty fun so far. And also, starting tonight at 10:30 p.m. Central till 12:30 a.m. Central-ish. Might go longer. Depends on viewers. It is the first ever episode of Late Night. And boom! I'm going to be playing Wolfenstein: The New Order. So if you want to see some Nazis get blown up, and I will save my colorful language for that stream. If you want to see some Nazis get blown up in style and stealth killed and all kinds of crazy stuff, please tune in to that tonight. With that being said, I want to thank everybody who tuned in to the cast. Sorry about the audio mix-up, and I hope everybody has a great holiday weekend for those of you in the U.S. And, I hope to see you around this weekend and definitely on Monday. So, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you next week.